A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a landmark ruling that has sent shockwaves through Hong Kong and beyond, 45 pro-democracy activists have been sentenced to prison terms ranging from 4 to 10 years for their involvement in a controversial primary election held in July 2020. Among those sentenced is Benny Tai Yu-ting, a former legal scholar and prominent figure in the pro-democracy movement, who received the harshest penalty of 10 years in prison. This case marks the conclusion of Hong Kong's largest and longest-running national security trial, which has drawn international scrutiny and condemnation. The 47 activists, collectively known as the Hong Kong 47, were arrested in 2021 under the city's national security law, NSL, for organizing an unofficial primary election aimed at selecting candidates to challenge the pro-Beijing establishment in the upcoming Legislative Council elections. The court's decision has been described by Chief Executive John Lee Ka-chiu as a necessary measure to uphold national security and to hold anti-China forces accountable for their actions, which he claims have undermined the stability of Hong Kong. However, the ruling has sparked outrage among human rights advocates and foreign governments, who argue that the sentences reflect a crackdown on political dissent and a significant erosion of civil liberties in the city. The primary election, which saw over 600,000 voters participate, was held in the wake of widespread protests in 2019 against a proposed extradition bill that many viewed as a threat to Hong Kong's autonomy and freedoms. The protests, which drew millions to the streets, led to the eventual withdrawal of the extradition bill, but also prompted the Chinese government to impose the NSL in June 2020, a move that critics argue was intended to stifle dissent and consolidate Beijing's control over the territory. Benny Tai, who has been a leading voice in the pro-democracy movement since the 2014 Umbrella Movement, pleaded guilty to charges related to his role in the primaries. His legal team contended that he believed his actions were permissible under Hong Kong's Basic Law, which guarantees certain freedoms. The court, however, deemed his actions as part of a conspiracy to subvert the government, contributing to the severity of his sentence. Joshua Wong, another prominent activist known for his leadership during the Umbrella Movement, received a sentence of 4 years and 8 months, also benefiting from a plea deal. Wong's involvement in the primaries was characterized by the court as indicative of his not good character due to his past activism. The sentencing has led to widespread condemnation from human rights organizations and foreign governments. A spokesperson for the U.S. consulate in Hong Kong expressed strong disapproval of the sentences, describing the defendants as victims of politically motivated prosecutions for engaging in peaceful political activities. The trial and subsequent sentencing have raised alarms about the future of democracy in Hong Kong, with many fearing that the NSL is being used as a tool to silence dissent and eliminate political opposition. Critics argue that the law, which broadly criminalizes actions deemed as subversion or collusion with foreign forces, poses a significant threat to the freedoms guaranteed to Hong Kong residents. The international community has been closely monitoring the situation, with calls for accountability and respect for human rights echoing from various quarters. As the dust settles from this historic trial, questions remain about the implications for political expression and civil liberties in Hong Kong. Activists and supporters of democracy in the region are left grappling with the reality of a legal landscape that increasingly favors the government and stifles opposition. The case of the Hong Kong 47 serves as a stark reminder of the ongoing struggle for democracy and the challenges faced by those who dare to challenge the status quo in a city that once prided itself on its freedoms. As the global community watches, the future of Hong Kong's pro-democracy movement hangs in the balance, with the potential for further crackdowns looming on the horizon. This ruling not only marks a significant chapter in Hong Kong's political history, but also serves as a critical juncture for the city's relationship with Beijing and the international community. With calls for justice and accountability growing louder, the question remains: what will be the next chapter in this unfolding saga of political repression and the fight for democracy in Hong Kong? That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.